Hello, hello, this is Gemini, your friendly neighborhood spy. Back today with another summoning session, this one intended to be a very chill, laid-back summoning session in which I try to see if I can get a few more copies of Spring Inigo. If you hear like a clinking sound in the backwards, that is my dog shaking and her collar going like clink, 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 clink. I don't know if the mic's picking up on that or not, but if it is, then that's what that sound is. Alright, well, let's go right ahead and get started. Oh no! You know, I think I'm actually gonna go colorless. I have a copy of Spring Myrrh already, but I don't need any more copies of Spring Sever. I have quite a few of her. Yes, I do always freak out every time I summon Matthew, even though he is a 3 to 4 star hero that I already have at +10. Oops, I dropped my bone. Even though I already have him at a +10, it doesn't matter. He's my favorite character ever, so I just always get excited to see him. Always. My name is Matthew. I'm in the service of young master, I mean my Lord Hector. Good to meet you. It's already a good summoning session. Best boy. So I'm here for Inigo today, and hopefully, if I get lucky, maybe my last merge that I need for base Sylvain, that would be awesome. You know, we'll pull colorless again because we got best boy last time. Okay. But it doesn't matter. If Matthew shows up, I will always be super excited to see him. It's actually kind of interesting. Somebody reached out. Oh my god, no green so far. Ugh. And I'm getting every other color too. Somebody actually reached out to tell me that apparently, and I didn't know this, apparently Matthew and Merrick share a voice actor in Japanese. So the person wanted to point out that, like, since Merrick just got an alt, and they obviously like to kind of have voice act. Oh my, there we go. Much better. And they obviously like to have voice actors come in and like read for probably a couple characters at once. I think everybody kind of assumes that at this point. That it could potentially indicate a Matthew ult in the future, and I don't want to get my hopes up. You know, like it's nice for them to point that out to me, and I appreciate that. But I don't want to get too like worked up. Nevertheless, like I always have my mind on like the bridal banner. Because like a Matthew and Layla duo would just be everything to me. So I did look up Layla's voice actor in Japanese to see if she voiced anybody else. And she voices a couple characters, but notably she voices Ivy, who we also just got, you know, with her base version. So like, I'm trying really hard not to like let myself be too excited. Because I don't want to build myself up just to get my hopes shattered, but like, it would be amazing. I would be so happy if we did get Matthew and Layla together on the bridal banner. See, I don't even mind when I don't get smoke right now, because it could still be Sylvain. So that's kind of a good place to be. And I'm really hoping that I'll get that last merge for him between this summoning session and when I summon over the summer for... back to no greens. When I go back to summoning over the summer for more copies of Summer Ephraim. Between those two, I would really love to hopefully pick up that last merge that I need for him. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much right now because I've got a lot of things, a lot of other banners that I'm also thinking about in the future. Most notably, I said this before, if Valentine's Ephraim and Spring Sylvain end up sharing together on the double special banner when they eventually come back, like, that would be incredible, and I would definitely spend a lot of orbs for that. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Alright, so as we get into the summoning session, I do have one question to answer. This is from Kathy Ortega, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but thank you so much for your question. So they ask, who is my favorite OC from each book in Fae? So I figured I could talk about this for a little bit. Now, I have said before that, like, I'm not really the biggest, I'm not the biggest fan of the OCs for the most part. I'm just, like, such a big fan of the actual, like, Fire Emblem main series that I just don't pay that much attention to the OCs. But I know a lot of people love them, and that's, you know, that's great. But I can still probably pick out a favorite for most of the books. So book 1, I would give it to Alphonse. We've spent a lot of time with him as a character. He's definitely grown on me a lot over the years. I really enjoyed him in a couple of the different stories, like where he ends up having some big, like, he ends up being the one that comes up with some big plan that lets them ultimately win. Like, I like the way that he is often kind of like the clever character in that way. So yeah, I would say Alphonse for book 1. So I am kind of excited that he's getting, that he won CYL this year. Man, the greens are being so not generous today. But I can't complain too much with how great a lot of my summoning sessions have gone recently. Anyway, for book 2, I'd probably give it to Lejarn. I think she's just a cool character overall. She has a really cool design. I like her overall story. I like a Camus archetype character as much as anybody. So I would give it to her for book 2. Book 3, I would actually probably say Air. And most of that just comes down to how much I love Air's design. I think she has one of the most beautiful character designs, like, ever. Not even just in Fire Emblem Heroes, but just across the series in general. I think she's a nice character as well. Like, I enjoy her perfectly well as, like, a personality. But most of it is just, I just love her design so much. I love the fact that she's on, like, this dark-colored Pegasus. I love her, like, very, like, black and white, like, color design. It's just, she looks super cool. So, Air for book 3. Book 4 is probably the toughest one. I don't really have a strong favorite from that book. Like, I don't really dislike any of the characters in book 4. I just don't feel strongly about any of them. I guess I could say Peony. I thought her little story with Sharena was interesting. But that's the best I have for book 4. I know a lot of people like book 4 a lot, and that's great. But like I said, it's just, I in general don't tend to feel as strongly about the OCs. Book 5, I think I have the order right. Book 5 is the one with Reagan. And I do have a strong favorite in book 5, but it's a little bit of a controversial pick. So, bear with me. My favorite in book 5 is actually Atri. I just think she's really, really entertaining. I think she just seems like she's having so much fun. I enjoy a villain, especially, I have like this weird thing where I tend to like female villains. It's not all female villains, but it's like certain ones. Especially ones that seem like they're having a really good time. And that's exactly how I would describe Atri. She just seems like she's having so much fun with her villainous scheme. And when she had that massive monologue that they released as a video after the book ended, with her basically just announcing to the world that her plan went exactly as she wanted it, and it doesn't matter that she ultimately was defeated, like she still got everything she wanted, and, you know, it was almost just her mocking everybody. This, like, villainous dramatic monologue, and I was like, now that's a villain with panache. So I really enjoy Atri. I just think she's really entertaining as a character. And she's, like, one of my favorite OCs overall. Book 6? Book 6 was the one with the revisit to Emblem and the whole storyline involving Veronica. I'm actually I have a little bit of a toss-up case. There's two characters that I liked in book 6. And that would be between another one that's a little bit of a controversial choice, but it's kind of the same reason. I also really enjoyed Letizia. She also just seemed to be having fun with her plan. I must sound so, like, crazy right now. I'm sorry, but also not sorry. I just thought she was a really entertaining character, and the only thing that kind of, like, killed her for me a little bit was at the very end, of her story when it kind of seemed like there was meant to be like a little bit of a reconciliation with her and Veronica, and I just didn't see the point in that. It just didn't really seem like it made sense with her character, who up until that point had just been so like staunchly, you know, hates Veronica, just wants to put an end to Veronica. And I was like, I just don't see the point in trying to like turn that around. I don't even know. I wasn't sure what they were going for. So I was a little confused with like the way her storyline ended. But up until that point, I did enjoy her and thought she was like really entertaining. But the other character that I really liked in that book was Asker, which I know is a popular choice, but he's like right up my alley as a character. I tend to like characters that are really like upbeat and cheerful, so he was just like, he was it for me. So I really enjoyed him a lot too. Oh my gosh. Just not feeling the luck today. Which, I mean, you know, happens to the best of us. And I always say your luck can change at any time. So, like, right now, I haven't pulled any 5 stars yet. I could suddenly pull 5 stars in a single batch. You never know. Probably not, but you never know. Okay, but yeah, as I was saying, I like Asker a lot. I just think he's just entertaining, he's fun, he's having a good time. And I like characters, I tend to like characters that are more upbeat in personality. So I liked him. Then book 7, I really don't know that I had a favorite in that book. I spent some time thinking about it before making this video. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I'm blanking on her name, but maybe Sather's sister if I had to pick somebody. But honestly, I'm sorry, but I just don't really have... I didn't really have anyone that stood out to me in that book. Like, Sather herself was fine up until, like, that whole part where she, like, said she was gonna have your child as a summoner, and I was just like, this is just kind of weird, so... I don't know, I wasn't that into the story from that book. Then, the current book, I would probably say Ratatoskr. Book 8. I like Ratatoskr's design, she's, like, really cute. I like her energy. And obviously, we haven't met all the characters yet that will be introduced this book, and there's a lot more to come with the story, so maybe that will end up changing. Oh, wow. I did not realize the dude was in the summoning session, was in the 4-star special pool. Still, that's cool. I think this is new for me. I don't think I had him. Let's see. This life was given to me by His Highness, serving him is everything to me. Alright, yeah, that was new. Cool. I will never complain about 4-star specials, because they don't break your pity rate, they're just kind of cool, rare heroes that you occasionally get to bring home. So that's totally fine with me. But yeah, so far of the characters we've met in Book 8, I think I like Ratatoskr the most. But that's definitely subject to change, depending on who else we meet and, you know, what else happens in the story. But thank you again so much for your question. As always, if you do have any questions you want me to answer, just feel free to drop them below in the comments. Yeah, if you can tell by my choice of music, which is from the Ace Attorney series, I'm still very much having a blast with that. I've been replaying the Apollo Justice trilogy. That's mostly what I've been doing as far as gaming goes recently, outside of just playing Fae. I'm currently on Dual Destinies, the 5th game in the overall series. And I've played them all before, but it's been quite a while since I played them, so it's been really fun going back and kind of re-experiencing them. Because Ace Attorney is pretty easily my second favorite game series after Fire Emblem. So it's always really fun to go back and experience them again. Especially since it's been long enough that I've kind of like forgotten some of the details of some of the mysteries. So I kind of get to solve them again. Like I remember the broad strokes, but there's still like little details that I have to work through again, which is fun, because it's what I love about the series. I love solving the mysteries and everything. I think I at least want to wait until I get a 5-star. And then I'll probably stop. It would be really great to bring home at least one more copy of Inigo. I have him at +4. So he still has a way to go before he will be +10. But every merge is one step closer. It's been, like, strange for me summoning as much as I have been recently. Like, I feel like I think the only seasonal banner that I really summoned on last year was the summer banner with Ephraim. Where in this year I've already summoned on the desert banner. Even though it was only 20 orbs, I did summon. And I summoned on the Valentine's banner and the spring banner. And now I'm summoning on one of the rerun spring banners. So it's been way more summoning than I normally do. Especially on seasonal banners. Come on, Sylvain, no. Luthier's cool, but Sylvain is the one I want. I also had some pretty good luck recently on the Arcanea banner. I was only planning on using my tickets because I've been pulling on so many other things recently that I didn't want to spend on something. Like, since Zane wasn't on it, I figured I could... Oh! Huh. Wow. Era must have heard me complimenting her before. Alright, well that's really cool. I'm pretty sure I don't have her yet. I am Air, blessed now with the power of Ymir, the Dragon of Life. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, cool, I didn't have her, so I got the floret too. That's awesome. Honestly, that's not bad at all. Cool. She still has a really pretty design. Even though I kind of liked her darker design more, it's still very pretty. Do I want to go a little bit farther? I think we'll do maybe like 1 or 2 more circles and then we'll stop. Because we got a 5-star. But we'll see. Because I would really love to bring home at least one copy of Inigo. But anyway, as I was saying on the Arcanea banner, since Zane wasn't on it, and he's like my favorite Arcanea character, I figured I could skip it, but as I was doing my... Oh! Huh. I'm almost positive I didn't have him either. I am Wolf, leader of the Knights of Aurelis. We are none other than the Coyote's men, speaking of Arcanea characters. But I was only planning to use my tickets on the new Arcanea banner. And that's mostly what I did, but I got to my last ticket and there were 2 blue stones on the batch. So I used the ticket and I just got a 3-star. I think it was Est. And I figured, you know, it's only 4 orbs. I might as well just throw them at I might as well just spend them anyway and see what happens. And sure enough, I got Cheetah. So I'm really, really glad that I spent those 4 orbs because she's such a great pull. And I'm really happy to have her in my barracks now. Because I can fodder her and still actually keep her and use her. Which is just amazing. And obviously her fodder's super good. So yeah, I'm just, you know, really glad that I did that. Alright, I think we're gonna do one more batch as long as there's a green stone on it. If there's not a green stone, then we'll probably do another one. Okay, we got 2. Come on, Inigo! Your best awakening, boy, so come on, please show up. Sylvain? No, not Sylvain. Okay, last one. Last one to this very chill summoning session. Clutch Inigo, come on. We got smoke, so there's hope. No, okay. Alright. Well, oh well. You win some, you lose some, and I've had such good luck recently that I can't really complain. Alright, so I think that's where I'm gonna stop, but thank you so much for joining me, thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a wonderful day, and Gemini out.